The quiet hum of the hospital machines filled the room as Daniel lay pale and weak on the bed. Rita paced nervously in the corner, her usual confidence stripped away by the urgency of the situation. Desmond stood by the window, arms crossed, his jaw tight with worry. No matter his doubts about Daniel's paternity, the boy was innocent in all of this. He needed help, and Desmond was determined to provide it. "Mr. Lopez," the doctor said as he entered, "we need a blood donor immediately. Can you come with me to check if you're a match?" Desmond nodded, sparing a glance at Rita, who looked like a cornered animal. She didn't say a word, her face pale as the doctor led Desmond to the testing room. Minutes felt like hours as Desmond waited for the results. Finally, the doctor returned, a strange look on his face. "Mr. Lopez, your blood type doesn't match Daniel's. In fact," the doctor hesitated before continuing, "there's no way you could be his biological father." The words hit Desmond like a truck, though deep down he wasn't surprised. He had always doubted Rita's claims, but hearing the confirmation felt like a weight being lifted off his shoulders. "I want a DNA test done immediately," Desmond said, his voice firm. The doctor nodded and left the room. Hours later, the results came in. Desmond stared at the document, the truth laid bare in black and white. Daniel was not his child. He walked back into Daniel's hospital room, holding the papers in his hand. Rita froze as he entered, her face a mask of panic. "You lied," Desmond said coldly, holding up the DNA results. "Daniel isn't mine." Rita's mouth opened and closed, but no words came out. The police, who had been called earlier, stepped forward. One officer spoke. "Miss Rita Lee, you are under arrest for attempted murder and kidnapping." As they cuffed her, Rita broke down. "I didn't mean for things to go this far. I just wanted to be with you, Desmond." He didn't respond, his gaze hard and unyielding. Before being led away, Rita looked at Daniel, tears streaming down her face. "Please, take care of him. He's innocent." Desmond nodded, his heart softening for the child who had no part in his mother's schemes. Desmond ensured that Daniel received the medical care he needed, arranging for a suitable blood donor and covering all the hospital bills. Eva, who had been resting in the penthouse after her ordeal, rushed to the hospital when she heard the news. As Desmond saw her walk into the waiting room, a sense of peace washed over him. Despite everything, she was here, her presence grounding him. The tension of the past weeks began to fade. Eva was smiling again, her hand resting protectively on her baby bump. Desmond often found himself watching her in quiet moments, her strength and kindness drawing him in like a moth to a flame. But their calm was interrupted one afternoon when Eva suddenly gasped, clutching her stomach. "Desmond," she said, her voice trembling, "my water just broke." His heart leaped into his throat as he sprang into action. Within minutes, they were rushing to the hospital, Desmond holding her hand tightly the entire time. The delivery room was a blur of activity, and Desmond waited anxiously outside, pacing back and forth. Finally, the doctor emerged with a wide smile. "Congratulations, Mr. Lopez. You have 2 healthy babies, a boy and a girl." Desmond let out a breath he didn't realize he had been holding. He rushed into the room to find Eva lying on the bed, cradling their newborns. "They're beautiful," Desmond whispered, leaning down to kiss her forehead. Eva looked up at him, tears of joy in her eyes. "We did it, Desmond." He knelt beside her, pulling a small velvet box from his pocket. "Eva," he began, his voice thick with emotion, "you've given me more than I ever thought I deserved. You've brought light into my life, comforted me when I didn't even realize I needed it, and shown me what love truly means." Tears spilled down her cheeks as he continued. "You're my light, my comforter, my ever-loving wife. Please, will you marry me? I want to make a life with you." Eva's hand flew to her mouth, overwhelmed with emotion. She nodded, her voice barely a whisper. "Yes, Desmond, 1,000 times yes." He slipped the ring onto her finger, sealing the moment with a kiss as their newborns lay peacefully beside them. 1 year later, Eva stood outside a stunning, newly opened restaurant in the heart of Paris. The sign above the entrance read Cosmic Eye Restaurant, its name a nod to her dreams and determination. Tears filled her eyes as she turned to Desmond, who was grinning like a schoolboy. "You did this for me?" she asked, her voice trembling. "I'd give you the world if I could," Desmond said, wrapping an arm around her waist. "But for now, I hope this will do." Eva laughed through her tears. standing on her tiptoes to kiss him. Inside, Cruiza played with the twins, her laughter filling the air as she doted on her great-grandchildren. The family had come full circle, stronger than ever. Eva gazed at Desmond, her heart full of gratitude and love. Together, they had faced trials that could have broken them, but instead, they had built something beautiful. As the sun set over Paris, they stood hand in hand, ready to face whatever the future might bring. Together. The end.